Why do we actually fall in love? This is a question that most of us think is simple. We are looking for love. We are looking for connection. We are looking for someone to fill the void in our hearts. But the truth is much deeper than that. Falling in love is not just about the other person. It's about us. It's about what we don't see in ourselves. About what is hiding in our shadows. Carl Jung wrote that we don't meet other people, we meet ourselves in them. What we fall in love with is a projection. A clot of images, memories, pain, and hopes that we impose on another person. It becomes a screen on which we project our deepest desires and our deepest wounds. We are not just looking for love, we are looking for completion. We are looking for a part of ourselves that we lost long ago. The one that was pushed out. The one that society or trauma has forced us to hide. And when we meet someone who sounds in the same frequency as this forgotten part, we get the feeling, I'm home. But what happens when the projection dissipates? When the pink fog disappears and we see not an ideal, but a real person with his or her limitations, pain, and fears? Will we be able to love then? Will we be able to recognize that we have loved a part of ourselves in another? Love is alchemy. It is not just an emotion. It is a process of transformation. When we truly fall in love, we have a chance to meet our shadow. The part we are ashamed of. The part we reject. And it is the other person without conscious intention who brings it to the surface. When we say, I can't live without you, it's not always about love. It's about dependence. It's about trying. But what happens when the projection dissipates? When the pink fog disappears and we see not an ideal, but a real person with his or her limitations, pain, and fears? Will we be able to love then? Will we be able to recognize that we have loved a part of ourselves in another? Love is alchemy. It is not just an emotion. It is a process of transformation. When we truly fall in love, we have a chance to meet our shadow. The part we are ashamed of. The part we reject. And it is the other person without conscious intention who brings it to the surface. When we say, I can't live without you, it's not always about love. It's about dependence. It's about trying to fill the inner emptiness with someone else. But no one can be a permanent answer to our anxiety. Sooner or later we have to look in the mirror. Jung said, what we do not realize appears in our lives as destiny. And very often this destiny comes in the form of relationships. They open up wounds that we didn't even realize we had. But they also give us a chance to heal. If we don't run away. True love is not an escape. It is an encounter. A meeting with yourself in another. It is a willingness to see not only the beauty but also the shadow. Not only what fits, but also what causes pain. And to accept it all. From childhood we absorb the idea of ideal love. Movies, fairy tales, songs, they create an archetype. Two halves who find each other. But in reality no one person can complete us. And we are not halves. We are whole, only crippled by experience. And when we finally realize this, love changes. It becomes not an attempt to take but the ability to give. Not a demand but a space. It turns into a sacred union in which two people do not lose themselves, but on the contrary, through meeting the other, finally return to their true selves. It is painful. It is not easy. But that is why it is real. Love should not be easy but it should be true. The other person is not your savior. They are your mirror. In them you see what is missing in you. And what has been inside for a long time, you just didn't have the courage to get to it yourself. Falling in love is a cry of the soul. Look, this is how I could be. But love is the silence after that cry. It's not a storm that destroys everything. It is a fire that burns long and deep. It is not suffering but a mature presence. It is when you do not try to control another person but allow them to be themselves, next to you. In love, we not only meet another person, we come home. Not into the arms of someone else but into the arms of ourselves. Into a place where fear does not guide our choices. Where we do not reproduce old traumas. Where we do not wait for someone to fix us. We have become whole ourselves. And then love is not a loss of self but a celebration of self. Not a need but a choice. Not a passion that blinds, but a light that opens your eyes. Perhaps this is why we are given love, to see our soul through the other. And finally, not to run away, but to stay. To stay close with him. And with yourself. Because in the end, true love is not about finding someone to complete you. It is to find someone with whom you stop hiding. And then you are not two people looking for each other in the dark. But two people who bring light together. The light that is born where two shadows meet. This is where true love begins. And when it comes, it is not a fireworks show. It is not a loud performance. It is a quiet confidence. It is a deep knowledge that you don't need to prove anything, because you have been accepted. And you have accepted. Love is not just words. It is an action. It is the choice to stay even when it is difficult. It is presence in moments of silence. It is the ability to listen, not just talk. True love is not about drama. It does not need a stage. It lives in looks, in touch, in silence that does not frighten. We are used to love that burns. But mature love does not burn. It warms. It does not blind. It illuminates the path. And finally, love is not when you are looking for someone to save you. It is when you are ready to save together. When love is a journey together, not an escape from yourself. Because the deepest encounter is not with another person. It is a meeting with yourself. And only when this meeting has taken place are we ready for a true union. To love that sees, which holds, which grows. This is the real miracle. Not to find someone. It is to find yourself in the eyes of someone who is not afraid to look deeply.